In today's video, I want to talk about the interview process, which is the first stage of our working together to write your memoir. So there's 3 stages to writing a memoir. The first is the interview process, then I write a draft, and then we collaborate on edits. Ghostwriting is a collaborative process, and the quality of the manuscript is depend to a large degree on the quality of our conversations together. That's why I thought it would be very important to make this video to make sure that you're prepared for the interview process. All right, so when we start the interviews, there are certain questions that I ask all of my storytellers. Not all of them are going to pertain to you. Just answer them to the best of your ability. If you don't have an answer, just say, I don't know, or I don't remember. That's no problem. If you have anything you want to make sure that is included in the interview that you don't want to forget, please just take some time before and just write them down. I leave 10 minutes at the end of the interview and I ask you if there's anything that you want to add. So that would be the time to do that. The same during the interview. If you think, oh, forgot to mention that, just jot it down and we'll add that at the end. Okay. So a lot of times clients will just turn on the spigot when we start talking and just tell every detail of their life from the moment that they were born. That's just not a good use of the time. Just relax, let me ask the questions. And again, if there's anything that you want to add at the end, there's time to do that. Okay. All right. The next thing is the schedule. So depending on what package you bought, you might have 6 hours of total interviews or 8 hours of total interviews. What I ask for is 2 hours of interview time a week. So that doesn't necessarily mean that you have to sit down for 2 hours at a time. If you want to split it up, we can. And I actually do recommend that the first interview is maybe just an hour because people are nervous. They're not sure what to expect. And it gives them an opportunity to get used to the process and to reflect upon it after. Okay. Then the other thing is that I only do one memoir at a time. And the reason for that is, well, I would give the analogy, like personally as a reader, I can't read more than one book at a time. That's because I get very invested in the story and the characters. That's the alternate world that I'm existing in during that time. Well, the same is true when I'm writing a book. I'm invested in your story and I'm writing a story and creating a world and existing in your world. So I don't want to lose my train of thought and I don't want to lose my emotional connection to that. So for that reason, I need to meet on a consistent basis. And it's just until those interviews are completed. Okay. Please don't worry if even at the end, you're thinking, oh gosh, I forgot this, or I want to make sure she doesn't include that. You can always contact me. It's I'm very easygoing. So just one other thing. Sometimes people will start to tell me a story and they'll spend 20 minutes telling a story. And then at the end, they'll say, but that doesn't go in the book. So that actually happens a lot. And it's not a good use of your time. So if there's something that's not going to go in the book, but you still want me to know about it, again, please just save it for the time at the end of the interview and you can tell me then. It might still be relevant. I might still need to know that, but we don't want to use the chunk of time when we're sort of building the story doing that. Okay. All right. So the main thing is I would ask you just to relax. Trust me. I want it to be just, an enjoyable process. I find that my storytellers find it not just enjoyable, but it's also very illuminating. It allows you to realize that, oh, my life did have a trajectory. There were turning points. I did this because this other thing happened. This is something that people don't necessarily realize until they go through this process. And it's one of the things that I really just enjoy doing for people, is just allowing them to have that deeper insight into their own stories. So anyway, I just wanted to make sure people had that information before we start. And I hope you will contact me by email or through my website. And I can't wait to hear your story.